All available experts, please report to room A9.
Hello guys, Acto here, and welcome to Congkak. This is what the module looked like. This is a Malaysian variant of a game you might have heard of called Mancala, where the aim is to get as many seeds on your side of the board, basically. Our side of the board in this case will be this side of the board. And basically we want the most in these plus our store over here. But how do we gain extra stones? Well, we pick one of these holes to take all of the beads out of, or the seeds out of, and we distribute them clockwise round into each of these holes, not into our opponent's store though. We go around clockwise, including our own store though. And we have to figure out which one, doing that method, including some extra rules which I'll get into, will give us the most stones. You don't actually have to get the one with the most stones for this module though. The game will just continue its normal if you don't pick the lowest one though. If the whole player is at an empty hole, say we click this one, or the least amount of seeds, so it only gives you like 11 when everything else is in the 20s. This is when the module will strike. But then the game continues as normal. Otherwise it will just continue as normal, or immediately solve if you pick the one with the highest amount. We will be trying to aim for the one with the highest amount here. But there's some extra rules before we get into it. If the last seed drops in a hole containing seeds, we scoop up these seeds in that hole and continue distributing as we described. That means you might be going around multiple times in the end. If the last seed drops in the player's own store, that's your round over. You can't distribute anymore. If it drops into a player's empty hole, you finish your turn, but you can take anything that's in the adjacent store, or hole even. So say if it was in this one and there was like 4 in here, we would take the last one from here and the 4 from here. If it drops to an empty hole on the opponent's side, similar to dropping in your store, that's your round over. So for starting, let's note down each of the things we need, which is everything but this store. And we will put a +0 here for anything that lands in the store. You don't actually have to know the numbers, you just need to know which one's the highest. So we have 3, 0, 5, 11, 0, 1, 4. So that's that side. This side, 2, 0, 4, 2, 0, 1, 11. And then we, like I said, have a +0 to indicate our store. And now effectively we're going to consider each of the holes individually and try and find which one gives us the highest score following all the rules. One thing you can note though is anything that has nothing in it, as you saw from the first rule, if we pick an empty hole we will strike, so we can immediately get rid of those ones, so we can get rid of the 2nd and the 5th one from our considerations. The one with the highest amount of stones in it isn't guaranteed to be the one that gives you the most stones in the end though. Like, in one of my practice ones, it was one of the ones that had 2 in it, and being the one that gives you the most. But anyway, let's get started. Let's start by considering this one. So, we're going to take the 2 out of here, distribute it into these 2, and as you can see, we've already finished. We dropped it into an empty store on the opponent's side, meaning we stop here immediately, and add up all of these values on our side. So that is 0 plus 0, plus 4 plus 2, plus 0, plus 1, plus 11, plus 0. That gives us 18 for that one. Oh no, that could be the highest. I doubt it, but And now, let me just rewind it again now. Let's copy this so we can go back to the start without removing any of these. So next, we're not considering this one because there's nothing in it. Let's consider this one. Remove all of these. Place one in here, one here, and the last one lands in here again. So funny enough, we've stopped again. Because we landed in an opponent's side empty hole. So adding up again, 1 plus 3 plus 1 plus 0 plus 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 11 plus 0 is also 18. So in this case, both of those holes end up being the same worth in the end. Let's try this one. We take it to here, and then we're finished again. Because 1, 2, we land in our own hole, but this one doesn't have anything in it. So we just deposit this one into here, and then we add up again. It doesn't normally go this well, to be honest. So I might end up doing a second example if I need to. Although this one actually gave us a higher score, 20. 2 plus 5 plus 1 plus 11 plus 1. Let's try out this one. And again, it's already done. And in this case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that was empty, so we remove this from here, put it here. 2 plus 4 plus 2 plus 11, 2, 4, 2, 11 and 1. We get 20. And finally we have to consider this 11, which I'm hoping doesn't stop immediately like the other ones. So 0. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And we've dropped into an opponent's store again. That was empty. So we're stopping again. So, wow, this was a really quick one. 3 plus 1 plus 5 plus 3 plus 1 plus 2 plus 0 plus 0 is 15. So, funny enough, the 11 one actually was the worst one we could have picked. Well, we should prioritize picking one of these two because they are the highest amount. Let's go for this one. Okay, so module, because it was one of the highest amounts. It is already quite a long video, but I'm going to do another example because, well, we didn't get very many rules in that one.
Please report to room A9.
Sorry about that. This might be a better example. 21000 might not be actually. 2, 3. Very few on that side. 2100023. On our side, we have 13, 4, 0, 0, 5. That is, yep. 14 and 0. And the plus what? 0. So let's start with this 13. First of all, of course, we only need to consider this one, not these ones, this one, and not this one. So, let's start with this one first. So 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and we dropped into our own store again, so we're going to take this one, but since we've chosen our own store, we take this one as well and put it in here. And we're going to count up. 0 plus 4 plus 0 plus 1 plus 6 plus 15 plus 1 plus 3. We get 30 for this one.
Emergency cleared. All
And I
personnel,
forgot to copy it,
please
so
return to stations.
let's quickly go backwards for this. And we have 30 for that. So because it is one now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Are you joking? We dropped into our opponent's store, so we can't do anything. Adding up the numbers, 14 plus 5 plus 14. That's it. Get 33, which is actually quite a decent score. Let's go back to the start. Let's consider this 5 now. 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And since we dropped into a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we dropped into a store that had seeds in it. We now take all of these out, dropping 3. 1, 2, 3, and then we stop. Because we dropped into an opponent's empty store. 14 plus 5 plus 1 plus 1 plus 14 plus nothing else. 35 is currently our leader. And finally the 14 at the end here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And we stopped again. But taking both this and this, adding 5 to here, 6. 14 plus 5 plus 1 plus 1 plus 6 plus 0 plus 0 plus 6 is 33. So if we've calculated this correctly, we should pick this one with 5 in it. And we get another third module. Sorry about that little hiccup in the middle. I'll be honest, I think those were slightly easy examples. I don't know what happened there. But just to clarify with some of the rules again, just to hopefully get it nailed down. Don't pick an empty hole or the one that returns the least. Aim for the most, but it doesn't matter if you get a midway one. Drops into your hole contains seeds. You pick up the seeds and continue distributing clockwise, ignoring your opponent's store. The last seed drops into your own store or into the opponent's side. You stop. If it drops into an empty hole on your side, you can take that one and the ones from the adjacent hole. Specifically, the opponent's empty hole for the stop playing one. And I got some quite light examples there. You can have ones where you go around the board at least 3 times until you finally stop. It just depends on the distribution of the seeds you end up getting. So even though this seemed quick, 4 minutes, some of them might last up to 10 or even 15 minutes if it takes you round and round for all of them. But I really hope that this tutorial helped you understand Congkak better, and I'll see you guys in the next tutorial. I'll see you later.